What's up, guys? It's your boy Jamaica here, coming at you with another deck tech. This is my first deck tech for season 23 Penny Dreadful. This is JESKAI Humans. Champion to Perish, new card this season. Pretty great, but I think the actual real fun card that's back actually is Pillar of the Perins, which is a great rainbow land that can enable some fun things. Obviously, it has a drawback. You can only really use it for multicolored spells. It doesn't add like colorless mana like some other lands, but it's a great deck. It's a great card rather. Can you remember the last time I actually played Pillar of the Perins, or the last time it was legal? And I'll give you a moment to think about it. And if you guess season 9, Naya Zoo, you are correct. Which was a deck tech before, and I also actually 5-0'd that deck. And in playing this particular deck, I'm actually 7-0 this season. So I'm undefeated with Pillar of the Parents. So that makes me the foremost authority on it, obviously. But no, I think a reason for this deck that I'm enjoying this deck mostly because it's a fun creature deck, but the creatures do things and some of them are actually really well positioned. So let's just start with the mana base again. Pillar Parents, great sort of dual land. You can only really use 4 or like 9 mono colored spells in this current build, but I think the best lands are actually the pain lands here. A Dark Oasis, a new land, and Battlefield Forge, which we had for a while, but having this is sort of like having a base white deck for like the early game is really good. So just having like 8 of these pain lands are great. The what do you call these, like buddy lands or whatever, check lands? Check lands? Yeah, I think they're check lands. But having 5 check lands are basically just like tapped duels for the most part. So even if you don't have like a turn one play, you could have like one of these on turn one. It's fine. And we have planes as enablers because the deck is like base white. It basically goes like white, then blue, then red. So you do want a bunch of planes, mostly just to enable these things. But you're not unhappy if you have this first. Basically, if you have like any of these lands and a pillar, then you're good. You're good to go. Champion to Perish is probably the best one drop in this deck. So once you start with turn one champion, hopefully you have like other stuff. But that's very much enabled by like 14 untapped white sources. So I think it's really good enough. But the Bodyguard was in some other lists I saw. I wasn't really sold on it at first, but then I played against a combo deck and I played Bodyguard the Meddling Mage and they could not do anything. So I'm sold now. I am sold out. It is a kind of a combo with General Ferris here, but because it has hexproof monocolored. But for the most part, it's a pretty good human. It's a pretty good utility human. The last random one drop human I'm trying was the single Thraben Inspector. Just drawing a card is nice in certain spots. It also has some synergies with some other cards that we're going to talk about. But yeah, another new card here, Meddling Mage, along with Champion to Perish. Or it's a pretty good combo. Like there's a lot of early season, there is a lot of good combo. So just having kind of a main deck combo hate card, which is also a human, which kind of helps the Champion and Perish thing, is really great. Also multicolored, so every other card from here on out is multicolored. So, but yeah, Melee Mage, fun new addition. It's actually really just stomping on combo right now. So, if you're a combo player, you need like an answer to this main deck. There's also a pseudo legend theme as well as a multicolored theme. So we have Niambi, Esteemed Speaker, and Temet, Vizier of Nactamun, and a Danik Pie's Apprentice as well. There's a bunch of random legends. Niambi's kind of fun because you have a couple of like ETB sort of creatures, so you can just kind of buy them back. And also, if you have extra legends, you just card them, draw 2 cards. This is kind of a mid-range deck, so eventually you kind of do flame out on some cards. So you need some sort of card drawing engine. Temet is really great with General Ferris. That's the main reason it's here. Also, it's just a random guy. Although it's embalmed, so it's not too bad. But I think Temet Ferris is a really great combo. Denik, it's just kind of a fun of kind of a hatery card against random graveyard decks. The only graveyard deck I've seen so far that's good is probably like the Abzan Dragon Nightmare deck. So it's just like recurring Nightmare with like Yosei. So this card's pretty decent. It's also kind of a grindy card with Disturb, kind of similar to Temet. It's embalmed, so just kind of a creature that has flashback, air quotes. The reason for all the multicolored cards is General Affairs. Rockergurk. I hate magic names sometimes, but just having all these like multicolored humans is kind of just the other sub theme. General Affairs. If you untap with it, you're most likely making like a golem. It's pretty good. I think it's a really good card. It's basically the new style of Hero Precinct 1, which is really funny because Hero Precinct 1's not legal this season. That would have been like a great combo, but it's unfortunate. Also, is a human for champion, so it's good. Mantis Rider, a human, multicolored. Pretty, actually, kind of the finisher of the deck, I would think. Because a lot of, like, I don't know, I think the format's a little weak to flying. There's just a lot of, like, ground pounders with, like, meddling mage, whatnot. You know, like, good flyer, old flyers. Probably, like, like the mono blue Tempest Jin Delver deck. That could be kind of annoying, but Mantis Rider is pretty great. Reflector Mage is a banned card in Standard. It was banned at one point, but also a great multicolored human. Pretty great with Niambi if you want to kind of bounce that, or just a good tempo card in general. It is kind of dead in some matchups, but you can kind of sideboard that out when you need to. Or use Faithful Mending, another multicolored new card this season, where you can kind of just. I think it's actually pretty good because one, it's a card with cheap flashback for general fare, so you can kind of like bridge that mid to late game. And also, when you're holding dead cards like Reflector Mage or even Meddling Mage sometimes is really bad against like aggro sometimes. So you can kind of just like filter those out to find new cards. Gaining life isn't, you know, all that bad either with all the pain lands. I had Sacred Fire in my first list, but I kind of cut it because I red's kind of like not necessary as much early game. So the mending's gonna be pretty good here. I kind of want another like life gaining thing. Like Danik does have lifelink, but I kind of wish I did have more like, life gaining kind of cards. The Tempest Sphere, another good multicolored removal spell. Gets kind of a catch-all against a lot of different things. And then a new fun of I'm gonna try is supply demand. If you remember the old Hypergenesis build, supply demand was pretty great at finding the cascaders, but here it is kind of like tutors for a ton of different cards. So you need a removal spell, if you need like a creature, if you need something just to do, uh, demand will help out. Supply you could actually cast off a Pillar of the Parents because as it does add green, so supply, not completely dead. Sideboard is mostly against combo for Deafening Silence. Basically, it's just like you swap them out for the Reflector Mages. Like there's Channel, there's High Tide, Hypergenesis. Those are the three main cards for Deadly Silence come in. If Meddling Mage was enough, Deadly Silence will just nail in the coffin. Linvala, Shield of the Seagate, not a human, but it is a multicolored kind of thing. I'm mostly interested in the sacrifice effect as hexproof indestructible. So indestructible against like things like Day of Judgment, or hexproof maybe against just like spot removal, things like that. Luminarch Ascension, another card I'm going to try out against control. I haven't really played a lot of control decks yet. I think it's actually kind of hard to play control early in the season, though people are playing blue white, which is probably the best look right now of control. Silent Gravestone and there's Denik here just for the random graveyard decks. Again, I don't think nuking a graveyard is as necessary as opposed to just like making sure you don't die to reanimator type decks. So I think these will kind of be good enough. Is Staticaster and Basilisk Collar is mostly against more anti-creature stuff. Staticaster is not bad. There are just like kind of smaller weenie decks out there that can mostly like be dealt with a Staticaster. But if you really want to get nuts and you have the single Basilisk Collar to kind of equip that, and all of a sudden you have this pew pew machine gun to kill everything. Extra Sphere and a Worship also for you can bring this in against aggro too, but like this is mostly just more like catch-alls for like enchantments, artifacts that kind of annoy you. But the Worship is also pretty good. In especially in like creature mirrors, like I think I've played against like knights and like white weenie, whatever, where you just need that kind of edge to keep going. So Worship's pretty great. So I'm gonna play in a league today, 5 fun rounds of this deck. Again, I'm actually undefeated with this deck so far. I'm 7-0 at the time of this recording. So hopefully I can keep that streak going, but we'll see. But this has been a fun deck so far. Mostly, like I said, an extension of me trying to find a fun 3-color mana base. And no price of progress, so that's great. I can just kind of get as greedy as I want. So let's head on over to the battlefield. All right, round one with the Pay Dreadful JESKAI humans list. Look. All right, a die roll, always a good start. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is perfect here. I'm gonna keep this hand. Like a mending for something, depending on what my opponent plays. But turn 1 champion, always a good draw, especially having a playing style. All my lands come into play untapped, which is exactly where I want to be. Benthic Biomancer, okay. Looks like they're Merfolk. Which means Reflector Mage is great. So I definitely want just all the removal. I don't think like stuff like Mental Mage is good here in this matchup. They might adapt here. Okay. Or just play like a Lord. I don't. And there's no like 2 mana Lords. Ooh, I should have. That's what I was worried about. Okay. I'm gonna Faithful Mending in response, which is really bad to this. They could counter this, which is totally fine. Okay, I don't want Meddling Mage here. I don't think I need another basic plane, so I'm just gonna like take this away and just let this. So I definitely want to go Ferris into like stuff. Ferris is pretty good against a monocolored deck in terms of like they don't have like removal. There's no way they have removal for this. Also human that triggers the champion, so I get to attack here. So yeah, if I get to untap with this guy, I'm Reflector Maging and making a guy. It's gonna get nuts here. I imagine they'll play a turn 3 Lord. Okay, they have another Biomancer. Well, I'm gonna take this. Think about Merfolk or just tribal decks in general that you need like a ton of you need like lords. I don't know. These 1/1s aren't gonna get there. They probably are holding counterspell, which I think is fine. Because even this gets counter, I just drew another one. So okay, I'm taking one no matter what, right? Okay, so this is a cast trigger, so I'm gonna get the 4/4 no matter what. Wizard's Retort. That's a good counterspell. Um, Trigger this guy. So now it's this big old 4/4 in the way. Even if you play like a 3 mana Lord here, it doesn't really matter. The card I really am worried about is Marrow Regery, which is can tap down my guys. Okay, I'm gonna jam another Reflector Mage. They have another counter spell, which is totally fine. I just want to make 4/4s. That's all I care about. I should have actually played the Benevolent Bodyguard. I don't know. Even if they triple block, I just sack the Bodyguard. I would take that sack all day. Okay. This is actually really funny. Like, even if they adapt here, I still, like, use the Bodyguard. So I'd still get the 2-for-1. It's like a 2-for-2, honestly. But I think they wouldn't have made that block if I didn't have another thing. I don't know. This basically probably ensures the game anyway. Okay. Alright, so Merfolk, huh? I like just having a ton of removal spells. So I'm gonna bring in this, I'm gonna bring in this, I'm gonna bring in this. I'm gonna bring in this too, this warship. So I'm gonna take out Danik is okay actually as a blocker. Just a life. I'm gonna take out the meddling mages. They don't seem very impressive in this matchup. And I guess if there's one more card I can take out is maybe the Niambi. Although no, Niambi's pretty good at life gaining. Maybe Supply Demand. No, Supply Demand's really good too. I just want a tutor for like Static Caster or something. There's one card I can get rid of. Maybe it is just Niambi. Or it's either Niambi or Denick. Niambi can bounce, like Reflector Mage, get it back. Something I like the mendings. Actually, I can cut a mending, I suppose. They get a little worse post cyborg because you just draw more of the stuff. So yeah, I think this is okay. This hand is goofy, but it has perfect mana, so I'm gonna keep. It literally like double parents, double planes. This is actually perfect mana base right now. Okay, they pondered. I'm not even gonna look to see how they pondered. Okay. Interesting here. Wonder what spell they have. Maybe like a bounce spell. Who knows? Okay. I'm good on lands. Thanks, deck. Okay. It's fine. I still keep my 2/2, which is really funny. So they need a lord here for me to, like, want to trade. Or have the ability to trade, maybe. Okay, I'm gonna jam this Mantis Rider. No fear. Excellent. I don't think counterspells is really the way you want to go in combating a deck like humans. I think you really just want like removal, but they might have counterspell is pretty solid still. All right, tide shape. This is kind of annoying because it actually takes out my pillar. But I mean, I have another one, so it's okay. Wow, this is a lot of one drops. This is a wizard too. It's a rogue. Interesting attack. I'm not gonna block here. They now they only have more counter spells, so like any creature is good. Hmm. I guess I'm mending here. Just trying to look for like a 2-drop. That's a 2-drop. They take the double block. I'm actually happy about this. I might actually trade. I might trade one of these or this. I could just trade with this, I guess. Okay, Silver Girl shows Regery. Okay, good to know. If it gets scary if they draw an island, and there it is. So this is actually a little concerning. The flyer is really good. The 3/3 here is really good. Okay, they're just gonna go in the air. But now they're tapped out. I'm just gonna worship, and that's gonna take a while for them to deal with, I think. I don't know if they have like permanent bounce or they have to bounce a ton of creatures here. I don't even know if they can deal with the word. I'm not really sure. I don't really have a good attack, so I'm just gonna hang out. They would have to like get rid of all my permanent my creatures right now. I could just go to one with like reckless abandon. Okay, I'm gonna take that. I want to get rid of the Regery, so I'm gonna de-screw that for sure. Okay, I'm gonna mill. Mill to land. That's actually a good mill. I just want dudes at this point. General Ferris would be a great draw with the Temet, and I can start just making guys and pushing through damage. Okay. Always want to use the pillar when you can. So, okay. Just because it's like a really like narrow land. I mean, majority of the creatures are multicolored. I'm gonna hold this land because I want to use it for the mending eventually. Because it's a loot, so you kind of just have to like have that. See, I don't need to commit a block here. I don't think. I don't. I'm pretty sure they don't have a way of bouncing enchantments. Blue, like you need like stern dismissal. It's like or boomerang. It's very specific. Basilisk's Collar is funny. It's a funny card here. I don't want to equip because I want to flashback mending soon. But if I draw that static caster, oh buddy. Oh, watch out. They can't really push too hard here. Okay. I mean I could trade here with the Temet, but then I'm susceptible to bounce, so I'm just gonna take the 3. I don't know why they held back the Wind Robber. I guess they want to draw a card maybe, but why would you just attack then draw? Okay. Post combat, this is very awkward. But I just don't think they have an answer to this. I should have, again, well, this is, if they kill 2 creatures this card, I think I'm really happy about it. I'm actually super happy about this. Okay, I just paid 3 mana to kill 2 creatures, so I'm actually really happy about this. Do another champion, okay. I can start using the collar here to suicide the creatures into these guys. They also gain a little life. Alright. Really don't know if they have an answer to the worship again, but I mean, Stern Dismissal is a good card you could play. This guy will always gain 4 life. Okay, they're gonna draw. Trying to get some way out of this. Okay, not drawing very well, I'm not gonna lie. But I do have this champion coming in. They have to respect it eventually. Okay, Vapor Snag. That's a good Vapor Snag. Oh, Worship! They should have just saved it for the Worship. That would have actually gotten around Worship pretty well. Loss of life is not damage. So they could have gotten around Worship, but they just saved that. They could have like played themselves into a very interesting spot there. Oh my goodness, that's scary. Because they could have like tacked me to 1, and I feel, oh, I'm safe, and they Vapor Snag me and I die. That would have been actually really scary. Yeah, I think they just realized that, but that was scarier than I thought. Close one. Alright, got on the match with you, Pan Dreadful JESKAI Humans list. Um, sure, his hand also seems amazing. Perfect mana once again, I will keep. Bodyguard Meddling Mage, if my opponent's playing combos, is going to be kind of insane. But a lot of times game 1 is just kind of a blind name, so we'll see. Depending on their land, we'll see what I can name. White. Myth Realized. So I think they're a control deck? Maybe? I don't know. This is weird. Myth Realized can be a lot of things. It could be like a prowess deck. It could be like a control deck. I think I'm going to name Dave Judgment, as it's the one card it's really hard for me to beat. Who knows? Who knows if this is the right name? Next turn I'll go Ferris and the Mantis Rider. Hopefully that's good enough. I have true supply demand as well to try to find something else to deal with all this. Luminarch Ascension. That's not going to be very good against me. They will keep attacking. Alright, Ferris. Maybe the Judgment was a good name here. If there's some sort of like white enchantment deck, maybe. Temet's really good in this sort of scenario. They can't counter any of my spells. They do have a blocker in the Myth Realize, so I kind of have to like be cognizant of that. Oh, they're doing something. Oh, they're Orm's chanting me. Okay. Interesting. I didn't know why I couldn't move. So, I mean, Orm's chant, that Luminarch, that's really not bad. Okay. They need like, what, 4 counters for this? I have this in my sideboard. I should know. Yeah. I should probably know. What if there's some sort of like weird silence deck to play against all the sort of anti-combo? Be interesting. Okay, draw step. Nothing has happened there. This is kind of awkward because I can't really cast all my stuff. This is kind of the downside of basic planes, so I'm gonna go with Mantis Rider here. Gonna attack with said Mantis Rider. Hopefully. Maybe I get Orange Chain. I don't. If they would have Orange Chain me, they would have done it on my upkeep. So this might be like an Angel Song or something like that, or a Fog, Holy Day. This might be just like white Turbo Fog and white. Okay, damage resolves. So Ascension does not get a counter. I'm gonna slap the Temet down and maybe demand for something. I don't really know. Maybe demand for like Miambi. I'm not sure. Or maybe the Tension Sphere. Sphere would like make everything a lot easier. Draw step stop here. Should be an upkeep stop. You don't know if I'm playing like counter spells. Ferris gets a trigger. This will make this thing unblockable and attack for 8. A nice kind of like 2-turn clock. I think Temet Ferris is amazing for these kind of random reasons. Okay, it looks like they have a fog. Okay, it's okay. I think I'm gonna go get Detention Sphere just in case I want to stop like the Luminarch Ascension from like getting active. I don't think I don't think it have counter spells, so I'm gonna demand here. We'll go get D Sphere. I'm not worried about the Myth Realize. I'm just more worried about the Luminarch Ascension, which pumps out way more creatures. I have a very good Alpha swing coming very soon too. Okay, found a Mantis Rider. Looks like they have Silence, which doesn't stop me from attacking. It's kind of worse Orange Chant. Let's see. You. I think it's everyone at this point. Alright, Dawn Charm. Excellent. So Lumark one away. But again, they need more fogs and more silences and more orange chants. I'm gonna just D-sphere this thing. This guy is kind of annoying, but I do have Mantis Rider to block if they like get a little frisky, but this looks like they don't. So nice win there. Okay, so this is a matchup where okay, they're just conceding. Never mind. I was gonna go their whole spiel, but they just didn't want to play anymore. Okay. All right, another round with the Pain Dreadful JESKAI Humans list. Get on play. Um, this is what we call a rough one, but I mean, tap land into this. I can cast all my spell. I can cast my spells. So I'm gonna keep. I just need to find a land, but that's what Faithful Bending is for. So always this scenario, always play the tap land first, because this is always coming to play untapped. Does that make future like these lands worse? Check lands, I guess. But I can blind Medley Mage for something. I don't know what my opponent's playing, so we'll see. This could be very blind. Is this a snow deck? Hmm. What do I not want to see here? I guess like removal is really annoying in the snow deck. And there's 2 removal spells. There's Winter's Rest and Blizzard Brawl. So I think I'm gonna name Blizzard Brawl. The creatures are kind of annoying, but I mean I have like the Tenant Spheres and Reflector Mages, so let's hopefully this is a good enough name. Well, my hand's pretty good. I don't really want mending anything away, don't I have this land. So We'll see. But this is the big old blind name. If my opponent is playing Snow. Okay, maybe they're not. Okay, that was wrong. Oh, they're playing Hypergenesis? Oh, they're playing... I don't know what they're playing. Okay, I mean, to regret my decisions. Need an untapped land. I want to kill this. Oh, huh. Interesting. Jump check. Okay. So I have no idea what's happening here. They definitely use a spirit guide just to power this out. They don't have any food enablers yet. It's a colony garden. So confused. Wave sifter. Oh god. Oh my god, no. That makes so much stuff. Oh gosh. That's so much stuff. I need to kill this, I think. But I have the Tension Sphere, so let's see. We mend. 2 lands? Not terrible. This is the worst name ever. Okay, Pillar's nice land here. I'm gonna de-sphere this thing though. This has to go. I don't know what it enables, but they've already gotten some value out of it, so I'm already behind. Next turn I can go Ferris and start trying to make some guys. Wood Elves. Okay, that finds like a Rhinewood Falls or whatever. What is this deck? What are they doing? Is it just blue-green food? Okay, they found Shelter Thicket, so it's like Teamer food? Teamer stuff? I don't know. Charlotte's Agent. What do you find here with Charlotte's Agent? It's kind of cool art. Cool art. I don't like Portal. Oh, God, they're playing Glimpse. Oh, it all makes sense now. They found a manufacturer. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is going to make so much stuff for no reason. Also just puts a lot of stuff on the battlefield. Oh. Well, I know the name now for the Meddling Mage, I think. Oh my goodness. This thing flies too? The heck? Okay, so they have like 3 out of the 4 like Charlotte's agents in their deck, so maybe they can't do this anymore. I don't know if they have ability to pick them up. Oh my gosh. I guess they could just like suspend this too. This is nonsense. This is absolutely nonsense. They're gonna just draw a bunch of cards with the clues. Looks like they're just making. Okay, they... oh my god. Okay, this is silly. Yep. So they're 42. How many things are getting on the battlefield? 30. Oh my gosh. Chancellor of what? Oh my gosh. I guess it's like a thing that makes it permanent. Oh my god. Wait. Let's move this down. They hit a manufacturer. 2. Oh my god. I'm just gonna let this happen. I'm gonna let it happen. It's okay. I should by F6. Let's just let it happen. Oh my gosh. Because this is a land trigger. It's like a landfall trigger, right? So they just explode with all this stuff. Where are the Master of Ethereums to make like just gigantic idiots? What is the end game here? I guess I mean they have the end game is this. What are you talking about, dummy? This is the end game. Look at this. They just auto it. They just swing out. What are you talking about? What the end game is? You stupid. Oh, holy moly. Okay. What is the end game? You moron. Look! It's right here. This is the end game. This is great. I love it. This is great because I feel like they can deck themselves if they go again, which I don't think they can. Again, they've gotten like 3 out of the 4 Charlie's agents. I don't know if they have any cascade spells. Also, my food is here, so we do need to collect that. This is a great time to do it. Okay, I'm gonna get my food while this is happening. Take it to the door. All right, and the triggers still aren't done resolving yet, for whatever reason. See, so the thing is the more tokens you make, the slower the program gets. So you really want to not do this sometimes. I think the token limit is 256 on MTGO. So now, if you don't have like a powerful S computer or whatever, this is a struggle bus here. This is definitely just a struggle. I mean, the route of the thing is like while this is great, like when you get to this point, it's like it's a bit excessive. They do have a lot of creatures on the battlefield. I think this is like an interesting idea. If they had something like March for the Machines, it'd be really fun. No, March would kill them. What are you talking about? I'm so dumb. Or something. Isn't there a card that makes like artifacts 5/5 a permanent? I don't know. Things like what? What is it? Skilled animators, stuff like that. Isn't there one that for everyone? Maybe not. Okay, they're almost done resolving everything. They have the like wave sifter twice with what two manufacturers out there. They might just lose by crashing their program. They've shaved a lot of time off this. Okay. Oh my goodness, how many? This is too many tokens. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Why did you name Glimpse for tomorrow, not Blizzard Brawl? Where blind naming goes wrong. I actually thought about playing Cataxian Probe in this, but I don't think it's actually good. It's not. It only really supports Meddling Mage, and I guess if you're like attuned to the format, you can kind of just like guess correctly. I did not guess correctly, therefore I did die. Oh my god, they're struggling so hard. Imagine if they play like Rise and Shine after this, I would be incredibly dead. Well, I am dead. I don't really want to concede. I want to see what I can draw. I mean, I don't know what I can draw at this point. Oh my god, they're making... Oh wait, I just die here because of the Chancellor. Okay. So they am just dead right here. I forgot about Chancellor of the Forge. Can they break the token limit? I don't know if like art non-creature tokens and creature tokens count the different things. Okay, they made exactly 21. Oh wait, never mind. There's 50. They made 51. This is great. Also, I'm dead because I tapped. And this is great. Can they push through the? Does it make Phyrexian creature? It does make Phyrexian goblins. That's so weird. That's so really weird. Can they move their? I just want to see if they can just like go to their next phase, right click, attack all. They have to be struggling. This is such a big demand for this deck. Or this is just impressive. Can they do it? Right click, attack all. I've lost this game, by the way, not the match, but definitely lost this game. Oh, they're not clicking one at a time. There's no way. Okay. I think even my program's struggling. Okay, I'm gonna take 51 damage. No big deal. Okay. Okay. This Xanacaster could be okay. I definitely don't like Reflector Mage at all, so I'm gonna cut this. I like maybe definitely Silence seems really good. Against all the cascading spells. Danik actually seems really good in Silent Gravestone against the what do you call it? Goblin Dark Dweller, so I could slot these in. I'm gonna actually keep the Niambis. You could like bounce back Niambi. Temet actually seems really useful too, so maybe Bodyguard's not as good. Although it does protect the Meddling Mage, so maybe I want to keep that. I'm gonna cut the supply demand. It seems a bit slow. Staticaster is interesting. They do play a lot of like weird X ones, so I want to play Worship too. I don't know if they have a way of stopping Worship. I get the Inspector. I think the Inspector is a bit slow. Hmm. What else? Maybe D-Sphere's not as good. I don't know. I don't really know. D-Sphere actually is not bad at killing the just killing like tokens and stuff. So maybe I do want a bunch of D-Spheres. What do I cut here? Maybe I'm kind of too worried about Dark Dwellers. So yeah, maybe we could just cut a Gravestone. I think it's 2 Denic should be fine with that. Marker to cut. I guess I can cut a Niambi. It's not bad. Just gonna lean on Deafening Silence and Meddling Mage to kind of help me through this game. Bears can make a bunch of dudes. One of these either name Glimpse tomorrow and then like protect, or the Deafening Silence should be good. Um, I can keep this hand. I'm gonna go Champion into Meddling Mage and then into Deafening Silence, Faithful Mending. Hopefully it's good enough. This is a good hand. Another thing about Faithful Mending is it gains 2 life, so it kind of offsets the life loss that you get from this. Okay, not naming Blizzard Brawl this time. The Glimpse of tomorrow? Okay. Trying a natural blue source is nice for like nothing, I guess, because all my blue spells are multicolored. So it doesn't really matter, I guess. I guess I could go, like, definitely Silence Faithful Mending next turn. Oh, I can't. Well, I can go end of turn that. This is so much random hate for this. I really want like a Ferris or just something else to do. Okay. I wonder if they have like stuff for the tokens to be funny. Not sure. Alright, it's mending end of turn. Wow. At least I could de-spear the mini factor until before it gets annoying. Pretty sure I'll have bodyguard for the meddling mage, and I can just keep attacking. I guess all their like sort of like spells start at 3 because of the cascade they need for Charlotte's Agent. This is actually not bad for them. It's kind of a nice grindy card. They can choose what they want. Food or treasure. So it's actually kind of a cool card. Ooh. Interestingly, they didn't go for the meddling mage. So they do have some removal. This is a good removal spell. Kind of dodges the cascade part. Because technically it's 4 mana. I guess I can't really deal with the combo part anyway, because of Deafening Silence, so... Alright. Ferris and with the Mending in the Graveyard seems pretty decent on this board. I could attack into the Timeless Provisioner, but I'm not going to. But they can't... You know what's really funny about this? They can't actually... Oh, I guess they can Dark Dwellers it. I was going to say they can't, but they actually can. You get to choose a mode. But at least the dead can't kill this. Okay, Wood Elves. Wood Elves, basically a 2-for-1. Good for Warp World style decks. This is a Warp World deck. Clips from is basically Warp World. It also triggers a Timeless Provisioner. This is kind of cool. So if nothing happens here, I'm just gonna flashback the Mending to draw something good. I don't know what their end game here is though. Without the combo, I don't know what they can actually do. It's kind of like a weird mid-range deck that kind of floods the board with stuff. The D-Sphere. The D-Sphere is fine, I think. I guess I can get rid of the Provisioner. It's another thing that just makes things. I can attack with my Meddling Mage. They're already at 8. This is gonna be a lot next turn with the Germ token, or Golem token, rather. I don't know how they get out of this. I'm not really sure. I guess they could, like, Dark Dwellers this dead. Oh, they can't. Oh, they can't, because it's a 4-drop. Psych. It's actually a 4-drop. They have no legal targets. Hilarious. But they do have a 4/4, which does tangle with the golem token. But I don't mind trading this free golem card. Um, I don't know if there's anything else I really want to bring in. I'm kind of interested in Static Cash, but not really. I think my sideboard's fine. I just need to draw either Deafening Silence or Meddling Mage. Either way should be good. This hand is very suspect. I'm gonna mulligan. I really don't want to get got here. This hand is fine. I can Bodyguard. This is a great hand actually. Like Bodyguard Meddling Mage. It's a great combo. I'm gonna get rid of the D Sphere. But this is a great hand. Because now I can protect my guy against it. They have to have like it turn 2, right? Because they have like Spirit Guides, so they have it turn 2, then well, you got it. Once I draw Deafening Silence, okay. So yeah, they got it, but still wouldn't be a good it wouldn't be a good look because they have no permanence. What's the point of doing it on turn 2? It's not like Hypergenesis where if you have it in your hand you just win. Okay. Alright. Glimpse of Tomorrow. It'd be really funny if they didn't even have it in their deck anymore. I'm just naming this blindly. But I guess what Nambi is for, I suppose. So next turn I'm going General Ferris, and then after that I can just do stuff. Okay. Don't actually have an answer for that right now. So this could get out of hand if they untap. Well, my hand is kind of out of control too in a second. Okay, let's run out the Ferris. Ferris, Benevolent Bodyguard is a weird non-bow. They really can't. This doesn't protect that at all. It's really awkward. I'm so hungry too. I have my lunch right next to me. I want to eat it, but I don't want to eat while recording. Um, what is that card? Wave Sifter? Wave Sifter seems really good in this spot. I mean, it just makes 6 things. Okay, apparently that's enough, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe Meddling Mage, Benevolent Bar is good enough. Alright, get in the match with the Penny Dreadful JESKAI Humans list. Ooh, this is not a good hand. I'm gonna mulligan. Really are reliant on the oh my gosh. Really reliant on the kind of dual lands. I'm gonna keep this hand. It's kind of wonky, but I will keep. Maybe because I have Faithful Mending, just kind of like help out. I could just get rid of all these things. But Double Pillar is really good. For the most part. Hmm. I never like this land river tiers. It's really hard to kind of like do what you want sometimes. You really constrain. It's like, I mean, it's like Pillar. It's a constraint card. But if you like instant speed blue, you know, it's not too bad. All right, that was a good draw. Let me play Raven Inspector. Also, just a random light source. So now I can start playing these kind of things. I can Niambi pick it up, play it again. Value. Value. Alright, end of turn, consider. So yeah, with consider, opt, things like that. I think like River is not too bad. As far as Bizarre Trade Mage, okay. Lesser Massacre discarding Bridge from below. That is so much gaming. So I want to get this out of their graveyard as soon as I can. So I'm going to attack right into this Lesser Massacre. All right, I get the Flash Blogger here too, Niambi. They can't really attack just yet. So they definitely want to put creatures in play and then kill them somehow. There are some interesting cards that do this. All right, Dread Fugue. Huh. I kind of want the Speaker in play. So I will pick up the Thraben Inspector. Just give them a choice. They discard the Mending, it's whatever, has flashback. So they're probably just gonna get rid of one of the 1-drops. They cleaved this, so it's any card, any non-land card. Cleave is kind of a fun little thing. It's kind of like reverse overload, I guess, in a weird way. The best card to take is probably the Bodyguard. Well, not really. I mean, they have a colorless creature, so Bodyguard's not really good. Their Inspector's not amazing either, but my hand is pretty good against Dreadfugue for the most part. Right, they took the Inspector. Can't really attack. I'll draw a land here. I think I might just like pre-combat ending. Or have this card. Actually, I guess I name one of the cards that just like they have already here. Like a trade mage seems like kind of crazy right now, right? I don't want to see another one. Actually, with the bodyguard, I can actually get rid of the bridge already because I have a guy that just like kills the bridge. They could block, but again, I could just sack the bodyguard here. At any point, basically, in the game. It's nice to have like this bridge insurance. Although this is like prevent future sort of like protection, but I think getting rid of that is good enough. They must have forgotten that interaction, maybe. Say black. I guess one more mana they can shoot the Niambi, which isn't really good with bridge, to be honest. I still don't know if this is the correct name. I'm not really sure. Okay, I guess it can't beat a 4/4. Interesting. Huh. I don't know. So this is like one of those weird instances where like graveyard decks don't see like it's a graveyard deck, but it doesn't seem like a very it doesn't seem like a very good like this doesn't seem like a very good anti-graveyard package. But I don't know. Because it's not like something like it's not something like Grapdigger's Cage would stop a persist creature or something like that. But I guess regardless I have to keep them in, so I kinda like Static Caster Caller against if the zombies kinda get out of control. I kinda want like everything and nothing all at once. I'm gonna cut this. I like these spheres actually over Reflector Mages against some crazy token thing. Maybe just cut Meddling Mages. I don't know. I guess so. Just kind of plays to the board. Seems okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Let's try that. But yeah, Sandcaster Caller seems pretty great. Worst case, I can just shoot my own creatures. Just get rid of the bridges. This is why I wish I had like Nile Spellbomb over Gravestone, but wow, this feels great, but not great all at once. I cannot keep this. There's no way I can keep this. The downside of Battlefield Forge. I mean, if I draw the blue source, this hand's amazing. Not gonna lie, this hand's actually pretty amazing. I'm gonna keep it actually. I'm on the draw. Sure, why not? It's a good mecha keep right here. It's also good to have like untapped planes. Oh my god. For like future other lands, like the glacial fortresses and whatnot. Come on. I got another draw step. It's okay. It's okay. Got another draw step. Alright, another trader. Can't block that. A lot of blue sources. I have like 12 blue sources to draw here. 4 Pillar, 4 Darker Waste, 4 Glacial Fortress. We will see if I draw it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm not feeling it. All right, one more draw step before I immediately regret all my decisions. Or immediately regret everything here. This is a trade wage. Frantic Search. Frantic Search is really good, I think. Maybe I do want Meddling Mage. Blazing Archon, Bridge from Below. Okay. Are they also animate? So I do probably want the Denix. I guess they are animate deading. Or I guess like Dread Returning or something like Dread. I mean, Dread Return Bridge just seems really great. So maybe the Denic is good. Okay, Viserys here. Alright. Oh, why did I keep this hand? Because it's going to be great, because I'm going to draw the blue source. Eaten alive. Okay. It's okay, I'll draw the blue source right here. Oh, why? Why do I do this for content? Why must I be a content creator? Not. Oh gosh, alright. Leave the Dread Return? Dread Return for Blazing Archon would be kind of sick. Alright, this card is a Tombstalker, which is pretty interesting. Honestly, blue source, I have a bunch of Reflector Mages. This has to be good. Okay, perfect. We're back. Okay. I get to bounce the zombie token here. And now I can block the trade mage to get rid of the bridge from below. Okay. Nice heads up play. I think I need to resolve the Denic next. So they don't like dread return away the Blazing Archon. Which is not a big deal, honestly, because they have Reflector Mage. So maybe I want them to let her rock. Maybe you should just let her rock. Okay, Thought Scour yourself. There's a dread return. I would love the block. I want to get rid of the bridge. This is probably a big Tombstalker. Oh, Treasure Cruise. That's good too. It's also really good. Okay, they're gonna consider. They played a land. Ooh, Master. Ooh, I like Master at Death. That's actually really neat. Interesting attack. I guess I could just like stack this guy to this. Hello? Why can't I block this? Oh, it flies! It flies? Why? Why does it fly? Why would it fly? Why does it need to fly? I did not know it flew. Oh, it's on a carpet. Why is it on a carpet? Okay, I just need to block this just because it's hard to deal with right now. Okay. They're gonna get the Blazing Archon, which doesn't feel like a good idea. Because I mean, I'm playing Reflector Mages. But it feels like good value. It feels like great value, except, like, I have this Reflector Mage. I am playing a Reflector Mage deck, so... Okay, Pillar is nice. It's gonna save me a bunch of life. Yeah, I don't know how great this was, but, I mean, it's fine. I had fun. And now I can actually play 2 spells next turn. I can go Denic, Niambi, and start drawing cards with this Niambi. If they play the Master, I just D-Sphere it. I think I just have to. And Niambi, I can just start bouncing my Reflector Mages. Okay, they have Frantic Search. Alright. This isn't bad. But again, I have a bunch of removal and like a Niambi now. Niambi, bounce Reflector Mage. Replay Reflector Mage. The one-word creature to Dread Return again. This only targets non-token, so this won't trigger if they kill the zombie tokens. More bridges. Oh my gosh. I guess I could also just like D-Sphere the zombie tokens. Worst comes to worst. Triple bridge is actually really scary. Now I immediately regret. I mean, I need to kill a creature here. I mean, Benevolent Bodyguard is easily one of the best cards in this matchup. Crazy enough. Okay. I kind of like this. This is kind of cool. Okay, that's a bridge enabler too. That's another bridge enabler. Okay, just they're churning. They're going hard here. Triple Master discarded. I actually do think you just like you get an Archon out just because it makes a billion tokens. I guess you could sack the trade mage, use the tokens to get an Archon, I guess. But I mean, if I draw a land, it's going off here on my own. Okay. Or I could just D-Sphere it. Well, I guess if I D-Sphere, they just sack it again, once again. And then they get 3 tokens. But they don't have another Dread Return, so no matter what, it doesn't seem like a bad line. Although I am going to get, like, nugged out by a bunch of these things. I don't know if I really want to take 5 damage here. Because, like, my other line is to, like, go Dedic, Niambi, bounce the Reflector Mage, but I have to take 2 life for it, no matter what. If I Detention Sphere, target the Archon, then they just sack it. They make 3 tokens. That's pretty good. And then I can't like de-sphere the zombie token. So kind of wish I got into Denic out earlier now. But they churned pretty hard. I guess I will just play the Denic. I don't know. The Nami bounce by a Reflector Mage. Do something like that. I don't know. But the problem with that is like it kind of requires me to have. I don't know. I need. It locks me into like a single play, I guess, for next turn. Also, it's going to cost me a life to do so. Okay. Seer is kind of nuts with a Master of Death in this like bridge scenario that we're in. It's actually kind of nuts. I don't think they have remove. I mean, okay, so they played like Eaten Alive, so they were like removal spell. So I really do think that Static Caster's pretty good in this spot. I think I want to play the Worship too, actually. I don't think I can kill all my creatures. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I guess this is okay. Again, I could save it with the Niambi, but I have another like thing. They could just simply attack. A bunch of tokens here. This is pretty. I think I'm just dead. Actually, this is just a lot. I don't think there's anything I could do. The problem is that like Reflector Mage bouncing this is not good because then there's like a bunch of tokens, so I'm kind of just at a low life. I probably should have just saved the dead. I don't know. I just think it doesn't matter at this point. Like I said, I could stop the Archon, but I don't think I can stop everything else, so we'll just concede here. I'm gonna think for a second. But I think I definitely want all my removal as much as I can. Melee Mage doesn't seem like super awesome. I think I want the Worship for sure. I can cut a Niambi, I think. Or maybe just a Mantis Rider. I don't know. I have a lot of threes right now. Or maybe the Fair. I could kind of Ferris. They're just like they're bad in multiples sometimes. I kind of want this Faithful Mending too. I kind of want that guy back. Mantis Rider is pretty great at like blocking the zombie tokens, so I got the Thraben Inspector. Okay. I think having Worship is just a good insurance plan. They can just like kind of deck themselves. Maybe cutting Melee Mage wasn't the best. This is a great hand. I'm gonna keep. It's a little slow, but I mean, like, I have all my mana. I couldn't ask for anything better. Maybe a benevolent bodyguard. I think that's what I could really ask for. Okay, worship's nice. Probably be able to consider. So there's our thoughts. Last part's pretty good. They found a bridge already. Wow. Well, I guess I'll just get aggro here. Okay, it's pretty good. Okay, oh man, this thing's getting really good. Alright, Manus Rider. What are they considering here? I'm gonna pop their graveyard out. They're keeping the card. I'm just gonna slam the worship. I don't know if they have counter spells. I mean, we looked at like half their deck, so I didn't really see any counter spells. So they just have to deal with everything on the board. Okay, Frantic Search. They seem more like bridge combo-ish oriented, so I think worship on this board like this could be pretty decent. I want to save the Reflector Mage for like any sort of reanimation stuff they do. So kind of don't want to get caught like that. I think Mana Shredder going all the way is pretty good. The only removal I saw was that Eaten Alive card. Mana Shredder is a problem. Even the weird thing about removal is even if you like kill something, you just remove your bridge. So it's kind of like a weird normal. They're gonna play Tombstalker, it looks like. Excellent Reflector Mage target. If I do say so myself. I'm gonna come in with an Eambi, I think. They can't really block. Otherwise, I just like get their bridge out. They also missed the sack. I think you actually sack there. I don't know. I guess I can't really static caster this guy because of the bridge. It's replaced itself. Now maybe I could. Okay, they're gonna kill the Manus Rider. Prove. I can also shoot my own Niambi. Worst case. I think I'm just slamming the worship though. It seems like the best play right now. They just have to kill all my creatures at this point, which I mean, an Eaten Alive is pretty hard to deal with. Yeah, so I'm just gonna slam the worship. Pretty much the MVP of this deck has been was worship. And I really don't have to attack anymore. I don't know if they could like have enough removal to kill everything. Oh wait, Eaten Alive Exiles. That's what's really good about it. Okay, I guess no one can beat a worship. This is crazy, but worship MVP. All right, another round with the Pay Dreadful. JESKAI Humans list. His hand is also amazing. I'm gonna keep. Actually, perfect. This is perfect mana. Everything's great. Grand Coliseum. Oh my god, they're playing Hypergenesis. I can't beat this. Okay. Just don't have it or something. I think they're playing Hypergenesis. What other deck would play Grand Coliseum? Yeah, this is Hypergenesis. I might lose right here. It's totally fine. Okay, there's a Discovery. If I could draw a Meddling Mage here, the game goes wildly in my favor. I might even not even play the Denic. Might just try the Faithful Mending for said stuff. I'm not sure. Okay. I mean, every turn it goes by, it's pretty decent. Where I can just like not die. I could die right here. They discarded 2 lands, so they clearly have a 3rd mana already for any of the Cascade spells. They already have a creature, the Demonic Dread on too. So it's a matter of like if you have it in your hand. I mean, Charlie's didn't even need the thing. They're going for it. Okay. This is not bad, all things considering. I'm gonna Mending first. Okay. I get to play out my hand. Play my land first. Okay. I'll play this. It's gonna get huge. Ludenic. Okay, I play a Niambi. Okay, this is all they got. This is easy, no problem. I guess I just hit the Yadaro here. This isn't bad. They could just wipe my board though with the Bogard Hellkite, so that's kind of annoying. Um, I do have the Benevolent Bodyguard to save something here. It's active player, not active player in terms of triggers, so I get all my triggers first. I can see what they target and maybe like Niambi protect something. They're probably just gonna like hit the bodyguard, maybe. Haste too? It's kind of nuts. Okay, so definitely take this. 1/1/1. Interesting. I don't think they realized what kind of triggers I get here. I think I might just protect my Niambi. They went 3 to me. It looks like, yeah. Hypergenesis is hard to play. This is why I don't like this kind of version, because I don't like it when I resolve my spell. My opponent doesn't die in the spot. I'd rather like maximize the ability for my opponent to die in the spot. Okay, it's a General Ferris. It's not bad. It's another human, which actually trades with the Bogard Hellkite, so I will attack. They're blocking. It's amazing. That's amazing for me. Cause next turn, worst case, I get the Mending. So yeah, that's crazy. They got the combo and then they just kind of got messed up there. So now I get to just board in the Deafening Silences with like a stolen win here. Deeser's was actually kind of good. Okay, Dedic bad. I don't know if this deck could beat a Warship, actually. So I've just brought in Warship every time. Deezer seems pretty good as a. You want ETB effects to combat against this sort of thing. This is maybe one of the chances where Mana Strider is not that good. I don't know. I don't know their like backup plan for these kind of things. Let me just cut all these cards, all the random 2-drops, because I want Mage for sure. All right, this seems okay. Maybe I should run the Linvalas. I don't know. Sand's almost amazing. What am I looking though? I could just look for a Meddling Mage. I'm gonna keep. This is kind of an awkward keep, but at least I can Mending for something. At least, like, if I draw a Deafening Silence, I could just play it. They kept 6. You're good, man. This is gonna buy a lot of time. Like, a ton of time here. Okay. I have another double silence. I think it's pretty hard for the deck to beat. They just have like crossing grips for the most part. Okay, I'm not in danger of getting killed next turn, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna start putting the pressure on. If I draw another land, it's probably gonna be really amazing. I think next turn I just like deafening silence no matter what. It's just really good insurance. Okay. Just a 1-for-1. Not too bad. Untapped land would be amazing. Meddling Mage, really good here. I could even name a spell that's I could just name this spell, I guess. Just to protect the Meddling Mage. Or other small creatures I have. Can I find Rough Tumble? No way, I just want Rough. Okay. So they can't play Rough. They can play Tumble. Or I could have named Crossing Grip, honestly, but I don't think it can be double silence. That's right, I can only name one half of the card, because you can play the other half, technically. Forgot about that. I guess I could have thought about Dead Gone, too. I don't know. I think this is where you want, like, Quicksilver Amulets and stuff like that. Okay, write out another Mantis Rider. Then you have, like, double Crossing Grip, and then, like, all the stuff to kill me now. I could have actually just named Hypergenesis. Just to play around the double Crossing Grip draw. This is why like Hypergenesis players need a backup plan, because you have to expect these things happening. You have to expect all of this. Because this is rough if you're just solely trying to Hypergenesis. Listen to me, the old guard of Hypergenesis players. I've had to deal with all sorts of nonsense. And I had just transformational sideboards. I don't know what you could do against this. I really don't. Well, I was commenting about how blind melee mages were good. I mean, once game two happens, is like this is the thing about information. It's everywhere. Page magic.com. But yeah, sick. Good win. What's up, guys? Back with the final thoughts of the humans list. Another 5-0. Insane. I don't know if it really played like actual any meta decks. Maybe the Hypergenesis deck is like the most meta. I actually completely forgot what I played. It's what did I play? I played Merfolk. No, I played a lot of different decks, which is interesting, but I think most everything got shown. Maybe not the control cards. I never really brought in Linvala or Luminarch Ascension. But an interesting format nonetheless. I think honestly just Meddling Mage is probably one of the stronger cards this season. Combo just seems so hard to play in a Meddling Mage sort of format. If you're trying to play combo, I think you need to have some answers to this because there's enough like knowledge out there of the format right now that Meddling Mage is just gonna like blank you. A lot of people are smart enough, and like I said, there's the internet's full of information where all of like good league lists are like kind of like publicly known if you want to make the research so that like Meddling Mage is actually you're not like blindly getting named. Like in the Glimpse Tomorrow match, I blindly named a card I thought would be there, and instead I got glimpsed. So you never know. It's not always like there, but this was fun. Yeah, everything was pretty good in this list. I think Reflector Mage is really broken. Even in a Meddling Age sort of format, like if your opponent's playing a bunch of creatures, you really want to be on the Reflector Mage side. I think about this deck is that it covers kind of both bases game one, and then game two you can just kind of overload against the other half. So like if Meddling Mage isn't good, then you're bringing in like Detention Sphere, Static Caster package, or Worship or whatever. Probably don't need Bassus Collar, but it's there. If you're playing against combo, then you take out their mages and you bring in the Deafening Silences. It's really interesting how like easy you can kind of just like fall back to another plan. But I don't think I really played against any like really like meta decks like red. Like if I thought right now, this is like, and this is a couple days right before the kickoff when I'm recording this. If I think like the best decks I think are gonna show up at that kickoff, it's gonna be a humans list or like white with like white weenie or mid rangey, like 3 color, 4 color mid rangey. Um, that still, I mean, still people will try to do like combo because combo is really good at like surprising people. So like high tide slash channel, whatever. But like red deck for sure. Those kind of decks. I don't know. Everyone's kind of all over the place about what to play, but I think like red deck for sure. Uh, some sort of humans brews, like creature tribal brews. Some combo decks and channel and things. I think there's still good mid range decks. Like I think that recurrent nightmare deck is really good, but humans has like answers to like pretty much everything. It's a pretty good deck, and I would like highly suggest it if you wanted to try to do well in like future tournaments or leagues or whatever. Because again, it just has the best of all worlds. I'm a big Faithful Mending shill too. I think Mending is really good, mostly because it's multicolored and it triggers Ferris. I think if it was just like single color, like blue colorless, it'd be not good. But because it's a gold card, you just have to have an abundance of gold cards for General Ferris to work out. So I liked it. I like it overall. Never felt like super flooded with these cards. I always wanted to see one of these cards at some point, so I think 2 is the right number. I guess if I had to change anything, maybe Silent Gravestone could be Nihil Spellbomb. Because you have enough of that effect in Denic. So sometimes you want to like nuke graveyards. So if anything, I could see like maybe double Spellbomb, something like that. I don't know if we even need Lumark Ascension. If anything, I want like more sort of Linvala like effects, but Lumark is really good in some ways. So because the best thing about it is it's not a creature. So if people playing like Dave Judgment and things like that, like you have this thing to kind of like help out. I don't know. Worship was overperformed too. Maybe we should have like another worship or maybe a worship main deck because again, a lot of decks aren't prepared to beat it. Like I'm playing detention spheres for things like this, so am I like ahead of the curve? I don't know, but I mean it's good. I think detention sphere is really good right now. So if there's anything else I would change, I don't really know. I think the deck is actually pretty solid. The mana base felt really good, except when I don't mulligan. So you could always say mulligan aggressively, but I thought the mana base was really good. I never felt like this was not enough red sources, and I think it was the perfect amount of blue sources. So I think the biggest thing is that when I cut Sacred Fire from the initial list, then it just freed up so I could play like all the Glacial Fortresses. I didn't have to rely on red too much. It's only really just for Ferris and Manus Rider, which are both really good cards. But you'll see them eventually, especially with like Faithful Mending and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the mana base is actually really good. And I'm still undefeated with Pillar of the Parents. So I could just stop playing this deck right now and still say I have a 100% win rate with Pillar of the Parents. But anyways, thanks everyone for watching. Appreciate it. If you like the video, like, follow, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Comment too. Everything helps out. And I will see you guys next deck.